5 videos in 5 minutes about 5 theories I have about Lower Moon 5, Rui, coming from his #1 fan, me. Hello there, my fandom friends! Today I bring to you my final theory and my favorite, how Rui beat the system and how his moral compass was stronger than Muzan's manipulation. Basically a breakdown of his abilities and his power and everything that goes behind his ultimate goal. So let's bring it back to Rui's ultimate goal, having a family. At the end of episode 20, when he's talking to his mother spider kind of in his head, he's remembering the reason why he created this whole spider family. The reason is because he felt that if he could create a family, then he could remember the bonds that he had with his own mom and dad. Later on in episode 21, as Rui is dying, he claims, and now this is the important part, the more power he was given, the less he remembered his real family. So in turn, if you're trying to break that down, that would mean that the less power he would have, the more he would remember his family. So in my opinion, this proves that Rui, still as a demon, had thoughts from when he was a human. He had those memories, he had those feelings from the parents that he loved and had a beautiful life with. And all of those memories and that bond that he held so close was stronger than him turning into a demon, then turning into a lower moon, one of the 12 Kizuki. This is one of the many reasons why I love Rui so much. His moral compass as a human stuck with him even when he turned into a demon and was manipulated and controlled by Muzan. And yes, Rui was being manipulated and controlled by Muzan this whole time he's been a demon, but there's a part of him that still remembers his family and is trying to dig and claw his way back to that family, that feeling that he has, those memories with his real family. And I think that's so special, and that's not something that anyone puts together and talks about. This always gets me so emotional because we see with all the other demons, most of them have been stripped from all of their kind of human feelings. They're demons now. All they have to do is kill for Muzan, basically, and they're these immortal beings. There's only a couple ways in which to kill them. So you may think that Rui is this horrible person for creating this family that we really just see him abuse and mistreat and control and manipulate. However, all of that he had done was him trying his best to feel a family bond that wasn't really there, but he didn't really understand that, because what he already had as a human meant so much more than anything that he tried to create, anything that he was trying to manipulate or control, anything that Muzan was throwing at him. All of those memories from him as a human were still deep down inside of him. And that's why I love Rui so much. I don't love his demon form, I love his human form and the human form that shines within his demon form. There's still a bit of Rui left from when he was a human, the goodness of his heart that shines through when he's a demon, and he's trying to get back to that part of his life because he knows that he messed up. That's why he apologizes in the end. He remembers that he wanted to say sorry to his family because he realizes that they did love him and that they did have an amazingly beautiful bond. And so all of this being said, that's probably why Muzan had to have frequent meetings with Rui at the bottom of the mountain. That's why Muzan was constantly giving him more blood, which was implied by the sister spider. Rui was constantly with Muzan. Yes, Rui was probably one of Muzan's favorites, as I talked about in a different theory video, but Muzan also knew deep down that at Rui's core, he was trying to get back to that human life that he missed so much, and that caused him so much grief by the end of Rui's life. The grief that Tanjiro felt just by touching him. And so that whole time, Muzan had been trying to counter that by giving him more and more blood. He knew that Rui was actively splitting his power. Rui was doing that because he knew that as he was giving away his power to other family members, in return, he was getting weaker, which meant he was remembering his real family more. And I think that's the whole message behind Rui as a character, this whole family dynamic that he tries to create with these fake family members in his family. Muzan didn't want to lose him as a demon that was, trustworthy and going about his orders, so he gave him more blood, he gave him more power because he was trying to counter what Rui was secretly trying to do. Rui claims at the end of episode 20 that all he felt was emptiness. All he felt was grief. All of these years as a demon, all he truly wanted was that family bond that he knew he broke. And so for him to go about his demon life, specifically pinpointing what he could do to get those memories back as a human, I think is extraordinary. That's not something that we see in the other demons. And especially for a demon where he only really has 6 to 7-ish episodes of content. It's amazing the storytelling that there is for such a kind of side character type villain in a story. And so that is going to conclude my last and final theory of Rui for now. I'm sure I'll have more in the future, but I absolutely love talking about all of these theories, especially the one I talked about in this video. I could talk about it more. I could talk about Rui all day. So if you have any questions or any comments that you want to talk about in the comments, I am all ears. I would love to hear from you anything about Rui. So with that, I will see you next time for more fandom content. I hope you enjoyed this special Halloween 5-day theory that I did for Rui during this very special spooky spider week. Bye!